She possesses an extraordinary intelligence and a remarkable work ethic. I am proud that she will be our next Secretary of State.
Senator Hillary Clinton, if confirmed by the U.S. Senate, will come to the job with more than her legislative experience. She also has a husband, Bill Clinton, who was president for 2 terms. He has created the William J. Clinton Foundation. International donors, including some governments, have given the foundation millions of dollars to fund his presidential library and humanitarian projects. Bill Clinton's actions are not unique. His immediate predecessor, George Herbert Walker Bush, did much the same. As George Washington University International Affairs professor Henry Now notes.
He built the library. People contributed to the library. People contributed to his activities after he left office. And his son becomes president of the United States. I don't recall a lot of concern at that time about who had contributed to what in the case of his father that might have in some way tainted the decisions that his son would make.
But what separates the first President Bush and President Clinton is how they are perceived, according to Cato Institute analyst John Samples.
You have a former president who has ethical controversies in his past, both for internal consumption in the United States and abroad.
Saudi Arabia's King Abdullah gave the foundation between $10 and $25 million. The governments of Kuwait, Qatar, Oman, Norway, Australia, and Brunei, among others, also made large contributions. But the donations do not appear to be influence buying, according to Henry Now.
These countries give this money, I think, generally you could say for goodwill. They're part of a global system. They're part of a global community. They have special ties with the United States.
But to help avoid any questions about Bill Clinton having influence over Hillary Clinton's actions as Secretary of State, the Obama transition team reached an agreement on December 12 with the Clinton Foundation. The terms of the agreement include the foundation releasing the names of its past donors and reporting new contributors on an annual basis. The foundation will allow review of its donations and actions by State Department ethics officials. The foundation's Clinton Global Initiative program, which does humanitarian work overseas, will be separately incorporated and can no longer take money from foreign governments. The agreement is important for Obama, the Secretary-designate, and the foundation, according to John Samples.
The disclosure and consultation with the State Department is an attempt to make sure that policy decision-making from his wife at the Department of State to the White House are fully informed about what's going on with a man who's going to be a private citizen still, Bill Clinton, and his activities and how they might not impinge on policy, but how they might affect how a policy is received.
Some observers say that with the Obama-Clinton Foundation agreement, the problem of donors being perceived to have undue influence with the Secretary of State may actually have been lessened. Henry Now cites one donor, Kuwait, as an example.
Maybe these disclosures mean that the contributions now will have less influence because they're going to be public when she's involved with those countries. And if the media does its job and reminds the reader that those contributions were made and she's now dealing with some issue that is of consequence to the Kuwaiti government, then that will be, I think, helpful.
Now adds that the news media, always looking for controversy, will no doubt carefully watch Hillary Clinton's actions as Secretary of State and raise questions when something may appear untoward. Jeffrey Young, VOA News.